Hey guys, how do you minimize the roll turn? Zeno, do you know how to minimize the roll turn on Roll20?
No, something. No.
Hello?
I hear you.
Gotcha, nice. Wasn't sure if this was working or not.
It seems I have some latency, so bear with me.
Hello, everyone. You hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Awesome.
Indeed.
Sounding good.
Especially loud. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Got a nice mic.
Yeah, you have good mic. Sorry, Higgy, I didn't mean to cut you.
No worries.
Welcome all the lurkers, and Marcos, welcome to the group.
For having us.
Very cool.
Yeah, I should probably do the same. I just got home, but had to let the dog out and do his biz.
Yeah, I just scarfed some pizza.
What kind?
Johnny's Pizza. It's a local one where I live. It was the meat lovers with, meat, little extra meat on the side, and then some meat on top.
Yeah, that sounds like I think it's Papa John's, the take and bake ones. They have this like special double like stuffed pizza. It's like one slice is like 3 slices because the pizza's like 4 or 5 inches tall. It's nuts.
Nice. Yeah, we used to get Papa John's here, but then we've got Johnny's, which is actually better. Little mom and pop shops, they usually do pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. It really depends on the dough, though. I feel.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, I'm gonna grab a bottle of water and a little snack, so I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Go for it.
Watch Gold will arrive as soon as I move.
Probably.
Coming through.
What was that?
In chat, Gold requested us to confirm that our microphones are working and our voices are coming through and all that stuff. And I'm just sort of giving him Alpha Bravo. I'm transmitting, I suppose. Ah, yeah, right. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think he's checking the Twitch. I never really realized how much of an echo there is in here until now.
Yes, he's here.
Tarek is here.
Mic is working.
Yes, I hear you.
Higgy here.
So,
Down. Isabel took it down. And I
AJ's
told her
here.
to
Can you
put
hear
it
me?
back in here.
Nice.
Just let me know when you
geez,
want me
this
to
is
start.
a
Gold.
different map. Holy shit! All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, man, everything's all fucked up on my screen. Nope, that's definitely the way it's supposed to be.
Yes.
yeah, we
Yeah.
have been teleported to some rocky
We're-
area with a sand runner, which
What
makes
the
me kind of
hell?
scared.
David Bacon is here? Holy shit!
No, that's not Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
You
okay.
got to read his name.
Uh,
It's Keithan Bacon.
Keeping Bacon.
Oh,
Yeah. Worm Rider extraordinaire.
I am IDing my voice for gold.
Identity confirmed.
Awesome. So
receiving.
it says hit the CNAME token.
Oh yeah, you need to select your token. So click on Cybromin, click
Yeah.
on him, and then you will get a tooltip to the left upper corner of your screen. There is CNAME, CPOST, CTalk, that sort of thing. Click one of these, write in a message, and that will confirm the macro. He's just testing he's configured your character properly. So click your token, then click on the tooltip that appears on upper left corner.
You might have to
should
pull
be
the
buttons.
token from your character sheet, see if it's connected that way. Just click on your name and drag and drop it onto the screen, see if that works.
The token right here is correctly set up. That one's set up good. Hey, this is Gold. How you guys doing?
Doing okay?
Good.
Hey, Sai, which one's your voice?
Me, I'm here.
Hey, okay.
Hello.
Your voice is a little softer and quieter. I hear you now. Yeah, your token should work for this. Though, have you been moving it around yourself?
Yeah, I'm
You-
moving it.
Yeah, great. When you have it selected, do you see some buttons pop up at the top left that weren't there when it's not selected?
No, just up at the top.
Yeah, like way at the top left of your whole screen, of your whole browser screen.
Here, if you go to the Dune voice on
Oh,
Discord.
I see. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
cool.
yes.
I was gonna say I could show my screen, so therefore you'd
Here
see.
I am.
Thanks.
All right, great job. Okay, I think we got all 4 PCs, and another important PC that's going to act as a co-GM today is Higgy. Higgy's going to help us start off this session. Before Higgy does that, I want to check in. The question is, I'm going to ask Zeno, but it's to Zeno, Ricolas, and AJ. Have you guys completed the RP that you needed at Seitch Drazel, such that you're basically outside and ready to try worm riding? With your mission being to accompany Akal Haram back to his Seitch of his birth called Seitch Tabur in the deep desert. Are you guys ready to leave Seitch Drazel, or Zeno, do we need to play something out that's there?
I'm ready. I've said all the important bits. I've told them what I saw when taking a lot of spice, and yeah.
Brilliant.
Melange OD.
Yes. War
You're
on drugs.
She's a lightweight.
amazing. So you got a vision
But
that
yeah,
connected you to this.
basically what she saw is the reason Sai has been now invited to this mission, and that was the bit that needed to be completed at Sage Brazil, and that is the bit that has been completed. So yeah, I'm set.
Great. Thank you.
BRB, my doorbell is ringing. Give me a moment.
Sure, take your time. TJ, AJ, sorry, wrong letter.
Yes.
AJ, do you is in your estimation, is this group ready to go to worm riding, or is there anything that needs to be acted out before that, other than Jay's announcement?
No, I think we're good. We should be fine to go.
Okay, great. Ricolas, are you ready to try worm riding again?
Yeah. Just we're gonna be worm riding from Drazil to my CH, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, cool. I was just curious. So we're bringing Victoria along with us on the worm.
I've heard
Yes.
both ways on that.
Okay.
I tried to adjudicate that. I earlier heard that was not a possibility, but I today heard that it was also needed to occur. So
I'm
really
okay with that. I'm just worried about the rolls.
She does. The only roll she has to make. So once we have the worm, right, which we are bringing a sand runner. Kiefin
I'm back.
is a professional sand runner who is a worm rider that's what he does for the Seitch. Yes.
I'm sorry. Bacon.
Yeah, Rico and I were talking the other day about the worm, and we were like, it looks like the Tremors worm. So yes, now we have the professional Tremors rider. So he has certain stats that will help us capture this worm easily, hopefully. And for her to get on the worm, obviously a rope is lowered, and she just has to make a skill check of 2. Cool. Difficulty 2 to climb up the rope.
Mm-hmm.
So with us helping, it should not be a problem. We can always assist.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I just wasn't sure on the mechanics of not capturing a worm and driving it, but rather just hitching around.
I actually bought an advancement to my move statistic just for this so that I don't die.
Okay. Okay. So you're definitely along for the ride. You're definitely in for the adventure.
Yes.
Okay, here's the sequence. I'm going to go to Jay's first. He's at House Samur. He's a Mentat and kind of a commanding officer figure. I think he has a message. He's also going to cut. I think he has a message in character as Jay's, and he's also co-GMing.
It's
the second.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Higgy, kick us off. Who does the message go to?
First off, I want to say thank you to everyone. Like, this is a prelude to an adventure that I'm currently writing, so we're kind of testing it out, seeing if we could get me some more inspiration to write better for you guys. But here's the message that a call receives. Jay sends via Fremen messenger to a call written in house battle speak. A call, my friend. Thank you for delivering those 20 units. I've started to receive reports from your contacts. Things here are moving faster and faster. I truly hope you return safely.
And we would have got that at Drizzle, correct?
Correct. Right before you, probably like right as you guys are getting ready to leave, like Fremen messenger walks up to a call and hands us to him.
And this is like a handwritten note, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you would have seen all the indicators that would have pointed to this is a message directly from Jay's.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, soon I'll finish reading it, and at that point I'll kind of crumple it up in my hands and think about exactly what the next move I should be doing along with these contacts. Kind of putting it at the back of my mind at the moment, but I'd probably find some way to like destroy the paper. Like if there was a fire around, I'd toss it in there or something. But I would make sure to destroy the message for sure. And then I'm assuming we're all getting ready to take off for the morning for the night's journey. So I would just be prepping my pack, my frame kit, making sure my still suit's all in working order. I got my 2 crisp knives, my maker hooks are all clean, ready to go. I think this time though, I will bring my gloves just in case my hands get a little sweaty.
I will go to the Drazel Seitch craftswoman, who has been making a stillsuit for me to receive a Fremen-made stillsuit, which should allow me to survive better than my current one, which is of Arrakis make. Arrakeen make.
Yeah, that should be done by now. So just make sure to upgrade it to quality 1.
Yes, I did that already on my sheet, and I added a little description of how it was acquired during roleplay.
Baby.
How many days journey, Akal and Tarek, if you know?
So
We
it's
discussed it was the deep desert, so I think probably a while, probably a few days.
at least 2 to 3 worms.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 to 3 worms in, 2 to 3 worms back out, plus an unknown amount of time at the facility. Akal Haram, what is your reason for going? Before, other than story seeds that we might give to you today, why did you ask to go? What is this place that you're trying to, and why would you take any friends with you?
Gotcha. So just essentially give a little background of my drive for this mission. I am trying to get to my original Seitch that I had left 10 or so years ago. And it's been a long time since I've reconnected to the brothers that I had there. So this is the first time I've been back on Arrakis for an extended period of time. So at the moment, I'm just currently trying to fare out how the CH is doing. And I'm a little bit worried that things may be a little more rougher than when I left them, even though I left and in return I was trying to give them good standing, or at least some resources to be able to fare better out in the desert by themselves. So I decided to bring Tadic along. He's been faithful companion and teacher. Been a very big leverage on me getting back into the Fremen's good graces. Lady Victoria, she's just essentially I'm like her co-pilot. So, and she's been integrating with the Fremen very well. And I don't see a reason why she wouldn't be a good addition to seeing my old CH as a like a confidant, just a representative of the house. And then she had a vision, so that's why we're bringing Sai along with us, and Tadic vouches. So I see no reason why not. Can't hurt to have more hands just in case things go south.
AJ, will they meet the Worm Rider once in the Sand Runner when they get to the worm, or have you had a chance to meet him at Seitch Durazel, stopping off for some trade, perhaps?
We can just ask for a worm rider from the Nave, and I'm sure one would step forward to assist us. They are happy to show off their prowess with directing worms.
One steps forward. He has cured pieces of pig meat in his pocket. Do you recognize him, Tarek? Do you know this guy?
Yeah. Hello, Keefen. I believe you helped me a few weeks back when I was traveling through the area. It's good to see you again. Are you going to be guiding us on our journey?
See, I don't know, Kevin Bacon voice. Sorry. Help me out here. One of you guys confirming them, please. Anyway, he's got worm hooks in the hole, all that good stuff. He is ready to go. All right, Higgy approved. Loading a different page
Definitely
here.
Higgy approved.
Okay. Do you guys have all black or loaded?
I am seeing a worm riding scene thing.
Yeah.
That's a big old worm.
Okay, you guys can already see the worm then. All right. But you're in the black box. Can you see your own token as well?
We can
It depends on
see
what
black
zoom
box in our token, yes, it's true.
Great. All right. Okay, this is going to be our worm riding scene. Tarek and Akal Haram have done a worm riding scene in the mechanics of the Dune Adventures in the Imperium RPG. So let's let them lead us and teach us how to do the rolling for that. But basically, if you're off the worm, you can be in the black box on the diagram at the top. Once you're on the worm, you can be on the worm diagram down below. So you can move your token. You might want to move. All of you can stage your tokens up at the lower line of the black box for now. And from there, let's have the full description from those who know our lore masters best of the Dune setting about the process. How do you call the worm? You get your hooks out, and then the mechanics of the RPG as far as what we need to roll through to do this also.
Okay, you want me to kick it off?
Sure, please. Take the lead throughout this one.
Okay, so here we go. We have to make 3 dice rolls to gain points to reach the requirement of the worm. So the first thing we're going to do is roll a 1d20 and see what size worm we have to find out what requirement we need to meet. There are 4 different requirements: juvenile, adult, large adult, and Shai Halud, which are 4, 8, 12, and 16. So let's go ahead. If someone wants to give us a 1d20, let's find out what we're dealing with.
Ooh, juvenile.
All right, so this isn't too bad. This is a small worm. For those that do not know anything about worm writing, the difficulty is going to be a 5 for your rolls. For those that do, it's a difficulty of 2. Fortunately, all of us has seen worms, and we can assist those that haven't. Getting on a worm is only a difficulty 2. So Keefin Bacon is going to be our lead on this for capturing this worm. So he's actually going to make a lot of the rolls for us. So difficulty 4, he has a difficulty 2. So he needs two successes to pass, and we have 3 tries to pass. Our first roll is going to be understand. And this is to set our thumper in position. So this is before the worm even gets there. So, Gold, you want to roll our understand check?
Yes. Do we want to use momentum? Probably not yet. This won't
How
necessarily
would
be needed.
Why would I roll it, AJ?
Or if you're
Sorry, what was
rolling
that?
for bacon.
You're rolling for Bacon because he is our lead
Yeah,
runner?
he's
Gotcha.
NPC, and
Let's
yeah.
ask me to do it, or one of you guys do it.
Oh, Higgy, yeah, you can do it if you would like. You're running
We're
the session.
players,
So.
we can't possibly do it, so yeah. And are we allowed to assist?
Oh lord, okay.
Okay, off his sheet. You mean off his sheet?
Yeah. He's got a fully laid out sheet.
Hey, I can,
Where's
I
the
can
sheet?
do that. I can do. Okay,
It's
well,
under Seitch Drazel.
Seitch Drazel?
No.
Yeah.
Shift double click the token of the face that looks like the actor, except for with blue eyes like a Fremen. Shift double click him.
Shift double click him.
I'm trying.
He won't have to hunt through the folders this way. You can do the folder method also, but this is much faster.
Oh, I don't have access to his character sheet. Am I not on? I gotta rejoin as GM. 1 second.
Okay, understood.
This
This'll be-
sense why I couldn't do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and wait for Higgy and let Higgy do that roll. So continue to describe the process of riding this juvenile worm.
Okay, so
if I fuck this up, it's all my fault. Is that what we're trying to go for?
you're not going to. This guy is really adept. Like he's
Yes,
got
and
lots of worm
it's an
riding
easy
capability.
worm.
Here comes 2 complications.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so you see him walk out there with all the bravado and confidence in the world as he leans over and punches his thumper straight into the ground. And he kind of looks around at you guys like, yeah, this is my element, kind of digs his feet in and turns the thumper on. And you hear the thwum, 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 thwum as the thumper starts to go. And I assume everyone starts looking around in the distance to see the cloud dust that'll start to form. You guys don't really need to make a roll for that. Everyone's kind of looking every which way. So, you see
I'm just silently done against fear under my breath. Sorry.
No, keep going. So you see the cloud dust, say, to the south of you. You guys are far enough away from the siege, so it's not a big deal. And it's not a very big cloud dust, and it's coming your way, and everyone kind of taps each other and points, look over there. And you see the small worm is still pretty big for us. We're pretty small creatures, and then you see it breaking through the sand dunes and the ripple of the waves as it just cuts through underground. And so that's make that understand roll to set that thumper.
It's only 150 meters.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
Okay, and what was the roll? So just to understand.
So
and
understand, use whatever focus you have, and then the difficulty is 2.
Switch work, yeah.
And you also have talents that reduce that even further.
Does he really? What talent does he have? He has, crap.
The Faith of Shadowlud and a Worm Rider talent, which I think lowers the difficulty by 2.
So he can't even fail at this stage.
Well, I mean, he can critically fail.
True.
Are those the things that he
Yeah,
has?
those are his skills. So he has understand. Yeah, it reduces the difficulty of the test by 2.
Sweet.
So just give us a roll.
Okay, so we'll do faith. It's just drive.
Yeah.
I won't. I'll just roll 2 dice on this one. Using focus. No, there's no focus on the understand. He has
If he has one rider focused in where it applies here, it doesn't have to be on the other skill.
Oh,
Couldn't-
really?
yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, that's three successes. Easily passed. And
Okay.
because we get 3 momentum because the difficulty was reduced to 0 because of the fate of Beowulf talent. I'm sorry. Yeah. And we get 3 successes our cumulative trap.
So that's 3 out of 4. Looking good.
Yes, looking good.
Guys,
So
are
he
badass.
comes back over, away from the thumb, and then comes back over towards the group, and he says, I will hook it first, and then you guys will follow on. So the next check is the discipline check. It's basically to see if he maintains his composure. For discipline, he has the chosen of Shahilot again. For discipline, so difficulty of 0. So let's make that roll as well.
Say it again.
Difficulty 0. We need
Discipline check.
Yep.
And we'll go with faith again. 2 dice. Is he using any focus?
If you have Worm Rider, he can use that.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Oh yeah, this dude's good.
store momentum, and yeah, now we have basically met the threshold, so now we are.
Okay, we've met the threshold. Now he just has to make it up to the worm. Yep.
Yes, he needs to not fail his move check, which has difficulty 2.
So now he runs up to the worm and goes to get his hooks in.
And the worm is emerging from the sand.
Emerging to eat the thumper.
Yes.
It's moving quite fast too.
And he makes it just perfectly.
And he scales
badass.
this thing like
Holy crap.
Spider-Man.
Yep, this guy's a Spider-Man. I'm starting to be convinced. Okay, so you can. Yeah, we can't get any more momentum. He's capped us already.
That's good.
Yeah. But essentially, yeah, now you can move the Sandrunner's token to the womb. He is now riding it, and now it's our turn to follow. We need to make a move of difficulty 2.
2.
Yeah, to be able to sort of follow. And I think that here we are able to assist one another, at least, yeah, if we are already in the womb. Can
definitely.
Giffen help some of us?
He's currently guiding the worm, so I would assume
okay.
his hooks are in, but he does toss down a rope that he
great.
does attach. So that's what he does.
Cool. Okay.
So everyone
Who
roll
wants to go
difficulty 2.
first? Oh no.
I'll go first. So I'm rolling move, Worm Rider, and I'm going to use Faith. 2 dice. Yes, I have a focus. And I got 1, so I did not get shot the worm this time.
Yeah, I need to try again, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll try. There's still a lot of worm left.
Yeah. Who wants to try next?
I will. I'll go ahead and.
Unless someone wants to give me an assist.
I don't think I know how to assist you here, but I mean, one of the Fremen good.
A call will run up and give you an assist since you assisted me on that last ride. So now is that just a flat move roll?
No, you use a move. You can use Worm Rider since we're trying to get on a worm, and then you can use whatever drive you want that applies to the situation, and then it's going to be 1d20, not 2.
Yeah, because it's an assist.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant when I said flat roll. But
there we go. He makes
Okay,
it.
you give Call a boost, or Tarek the boost he needs. Probably shoulder under the foot or something, and you heave him up there. He grabs onto the rope and starts to scurry up.
Nice.
Okay, who should
A
go
call,
first?
since you're right
Okay.
there, would you like to go next?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do move roll. I will use faith. That is the only thing that guides me along my path. And I'll just roll 2 die. Focus is worm right.
Nice, you made it with some. We're doing so
Excellent.
well with this. We need to use some momentum, so that it doesn't all go the waste.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will probably try next. I don't want
Okay.
to be the last to miss the ride because this is my first time being so close to a worm, and I'm not liking it a lot. I will say, but
Oh, wait.
where's my sheet? So bad. I always lose it. There we go. Yeah. I'm using a duty drive because I think that I feel like it's my duty to be helping my friends, and it's important to me. And do I make it? No, not at all.
Okay, a call.
I just
A call. Would you like to roll an
you can't
assist?
even
And I'll try
help
to
me.
assist as well.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe this is
definitely.
appropriate. Yeah.
I'd even like to use 1 momentum if
Oh,
I
please.
can on an assist, or can you not?
I'm not sure.
You can't on an assist.
That's
Oh.
what I think. Okay, so I will just do. Yep, and roll 1.
I didn't prologue.
So as soon as I see her and able to make it, I'll with a rope that's holding me down, because when you pop up there, you fast down as well.
Actually, I can help myself. I have run up into conditioning talent, so I get to roll one of my d20s again. So I might get
That's true.
success
Yeah.
from this one.
Reroll that.
Yeah, I will probably still need to help. No.
Well, as soon as I see you fail, like on your first attempt to come up, I'll. That's 2 successes.
I get once. It's not because I don't have a focus, but it's one success. So if either of you can help me, I will make it.
Yeah, I'll just wrap my leg with some of the rope, and then I'll hold on to the rope as well, and then I'll lean halfway down to throw out my hand along with the rope that's dangling.
Yeah, I
I'll
reach
grab
down
your
and I
hand
steady him.
and jump. Tarek, move yourself onto the worm. Thank you. I'll grab Akal's hand, just barely making it because of my being judged conditioning. Without it, I would never have stood a chance. And yeah, he pulls me to the worm.
Okay, Sai, you're up. Time to get on the worm.
Okay, how do I roll?
Okay, on your character
Okay, so
sheet.
open your character sheet, and then you see there are your skills on the click on move, like the name of it.
I have
Then it
one rider.
yeah, it input which drive you're using, and here think which is driving your character in the situation. What is the motivation to try to get onto this worm? It might be faith because basically why he is here is because of that's what like a vision from childhood type of thing. Well, that's how probably perceive it. Be faith. Yeah.
Yes.
And then you choose your amount of die, which would be 2, because
I do what? Sorry.
so you select drive, you click submit on that macro. Then you get 2 die by default, and unless you want to buy some more, it's probably not necessary in this situation. Yep. So
Then to submit.
and then you submit, and then I don't know if your character has a focus that applies here. But
Yeah, worm rider.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
if there's
applies.
one writer that applies, yeah. So yeah, you choose yes, you're using focus, and then you submit it, and go to chat to observe the result, and you make it easily. Feel you can move yourself onto the worm, and now we're all riding the worm. Even though I'm kinda kinda reciting the litany against fear and just sort of probably not even daring to look yet, but maybe soon. I'm just basically hanging onto Akal's hand and being like, oh my god, oh my god.
Eyes closed.
Yeah.
You guys have done brilliantly. Thank you for amongst yourselves while I was playing the settings here and just listening in.
Oh, no
It's
problem.
wonderful. When I hear Zeno say, we're at last we're all riding the worm. It's brilliant. So you're ready. So AJ, you can comment on this, but I I don't think we should RP that you get off the worm and then use your checks from now that you automatically get on the next 2 worms, or are you going to go through the whole process again twice more? That would be a lot.
Yeah, it just depends on how long you want this to take. I would just roll a check for Keefin, difficulty 2. If he makes it, then we're off.
Yeah, I think so. That would shorten things up.
What
We
am I
don't
rolling?
want this session be we're not there yet.
All of the encounters that I have are once you get there. I didn't think to make any encounters along the way on the worm ride other than you're riding the worm. So finish riding the worm all the way to the region that a call will point out and say, dismount here. And then again, we'll return to a call and ask Rickolas to address again whether he wants everybody to follow right behind you as you go to the secret path to your old CH, or if you are going to tell them to wait in a certain overhang in the shade or something. So let's complete the worm riding travel a bit more off and on.
Eventually, I will dare to look and I will admire the beautiful view, which looks totally, totally more amazing from here than from a doctor.
Yeah, with all the sand spraying in your face.
Yeah,
so
I was about to say,
this is
any of my face coverings off or anything. I'm
so this is a pretty small
well,
worm. It's pretty low to the
look
ground.
backwards, I can watch what is behind, then I won't get
yeah, definitely. So the way the riding goes is when you pull up on the ring segment, right? The worm arches its back into the sky away from the sand, so it doesn't get grit and dirt and everything in there. So the arch would be about where Keefin is, and then we'd be riding kind of on the back of that arch. It's probably a lot bigger since it's small, so he's arching his back real far to get it up away from the grains of sand. And eventually this worm tires and it starts to slow down, and it willingly, Kiefer just says, okay, it's time to get off. And he releases his hooks, and the worm doesn't fight. It's real gentle because of how exhausted it is after riding for 4 or 5 hours. And it lowers itself into the sand, and we can literally just walk off its back.
Nice.
And Keefin says, I'll call another worm now, so get ready. Higgy, I'm going to ask you to just make a difficulty 2 check, and that will call the worm and get us on its back.
Yeah.
Understand.
And you can just roll a move worm rider check.
Should we use one momentum? We're screwed if we lose this guy.
If you like.
Let's use one momentum. Let's put 3 dice to that check.
Will do.
Not that many momentum. We're at 5.
3 dice. Focus. Yes.
And he makes it, and we get our momentum back. Great.
Oh yeah, so now we're all old hats at riding worms, and we've seen this before, and we know what to expect, and we trust in Kiefer's ability to get us through, and he scales that worm like nobody's business and tosses a rope down, and we all help each other up onto the back, and a lot bigger this time. So it was kind of easier to be able to grab onto it and climb, and we ride for another 3, 4, 5 hours. We're able to see the deep desert for Victoria. You've never been to this part of Arrakis or seen any of this kind of stuff. You're so far from the cities.
But I recognize some of it from my vision. Yeah. I have seen it.
So we're so far away from any kind of civilization that you can't see cities in the distance. We can't see, smoke or any of the factories or anything like that. This is deep, deep desert. And obviously we travel at night, so there's just a myriad of stars in the sky, and we can see comets and, everything else.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, both of the moons are high in the sky, Mod Dib and the Hand, you can see clearly. Okay, and so we ride this worm out, like I said, 4 or 5 hours, and it gently lolls back into the sand, and we're going to make another check. So, Higgy, you want to roll for us?
Will do.
Make it 3 die again.
Okay.
And there really wouldn't be too many rocks. It's just sand dunes at this point once we reach the belt.
Yeah, every so often you'll see a small rock formation, but a lot of them have been whittled down by these Coriolis storms that come through, 700, 800 miles per hour or more.
Okay, this guy's
Holy
rolling
crap.
it.
This dude is
Okay.
badass.
So again, he sets his thumper down and says, "Check this out," and he wrangles this worm. It's a medium-sized worm, and
The sandwalk is literally like a dirty dance.
Yeah, he shuffles his way up there, and kind of spins a little, does a little, groove, and
He's showing off.
he even has time to help Victoria up because he saw that she was having trouble last time, so he brings her along with him. And then the rest of us scale up on our own, and we ride this thing, 4 or 5, maybe 6 hours, since this worm's a little, a little good-sized worm. And
is there a worm up there? Like, my worm doesn't go that far. I'm just curious. It looks like the worm is going to eat you guys.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It looks fine to me. You might have to zoom out.
Looks fine to me as well.
So
your animation might have stopped because I'm running an animation on the front of the worm.
Oh,
so
yeah, the worm is moving.
Yeah, the worm doesn't move on my screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're totally missing
try
out.
clicking it. There might be a setting under the top right of Roll20 to say that you want, enable animated graphics. Check and see if that setting is on or off for you. Under the
gearbox.
Gearbox, top right.
All right, Higgy, this is where you can take over because we're heading into your territory.
Gold, you take over.
Okay.
Or Gold, yeah. Whoever wants to run the next part.
Mine's loaded, but I shared my screen, so this is what I see if anybody wants to check that Discord.
Well, it keeps making it so it keeps loading your shared screen on my. Do you need it shared right now?
No, I was just showing you. That's what I see. So
I see how I'm going to die in Akal's
Yeah, that's
first
why I was
session.
all like, man, this is really weird. Everyone's just like going right in front of it. All right.
Okay, thank you. Because it was making it
All good.
Mute button and
All
stuff.
good.
Okay, back to this. Okay. So you get there in morning or a night?
It's nighttime. Fremen travel by night.
It's going to be
be pretty early in the morning.
But it'll be the end of your ride. That's what I was asking. If it's sunrise. Yeah. You're arriving in an area that a call will start to recognize the formations. The look of this deep desert. From home and things like that. So
I will go to him and say that, hey, that rocket looks like an eagle from Altera. I remember seeing it in my dream.
A call would go over to one of the walls, and there's probably like some scrapings or just like some indentations on it. He would run his hands across it and be like, yes, I remember playing in these chasms with my friends long ago. And he's just kind of like nodding his head ever so slowly while scanning, the rock faces and whatnot, just kind of really taking it all in. Almost kind of like seeing like the past kind of run over what's currently in front of him right now. He's like just imagining the old days.
Amazing. I love your descriptions. Ricolas, or let's I guess you could take on an assist. It's this will be an understand check. There's a different scent in the air that you're not accustomed to. You're not sure if you remember this smell or not from long ago.
Okay. This is a understand?
Yeah, understand the difficulty of 1 for a childhood memory of a smell to come back to you.
Okay. I would probably, even though it's my worst drive, I would probably pick truth because I'm trying to discern whether or not this is like, like true to my past. And then, what kind of thing? I will. I'm not going to use any momentum. You said it was a challenge 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why has
Uh,
our momentum reset to 1?
Different scene.
Does it reset completely?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I don't know that. But
I didn't reset it, but that's what I've been told is that after every scene, your momentum resets. And then I'm going to use a focus of I don't know if this would apply, but I'm kind of going into not unfamiliar territory, but unknown territory. Like this I know it, but I'm not so sure if it is going to be essentially friendly. Like I'm just walking on pins and needles right now, just making sure that anything that I do, I'm not gonna bring trouble or harm to any of my companions here. But would danger sense work or not?
Danger sense. Yeah, I'll let you use danger sense. I'll tell you what, you can't use danger sense. You need
It's
to use
okay.
it
I
on
won't
your
use it. I
follow-up
won't.
check. You use it on the subsequent check to get more information. If you
can I
if
use it? Can I assist? Been
I got
okay,
one.
I don't need to assist.
all right,
I
let me
don't need
send
to
this to
assist.
Rico.
Okay.
All right, Rico, interpret that information and now choose if you want to make another roll or ask another Fremen in your party to make a roll, not the Bene Gesserit. Or if you want to spend momentum to ask an additional question. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
I
Yeah.
don't
his,
think.
his test was successful, so yeah, he has the option of asking an additional question.
I would do
I
that.
don't. With that description, I don't think I would ask another question. I think I would have a more. You see a call have a very concerned look on his face and start to kind of dart his head around a few more times, just looking in all directions. But you can see that his nostrils are flaring and he's taking very deep breaths. And after 3 or 4 breaths and kind of looking around, he'll pull a hand and say, "Hold on." And he will look over to Tadic, Sai, and Kifun Bacon, and point to his nostrils and point to the air. And then I wouldn't know it, but I would make the maker sign. I'd probably like pat to my Chris knife. Um, and oh, that's pretty rude.
It stinks around here.
He's a
You're right,
personality.
ugh, gross.
I would be holding my hand up to my mouth, like shh, and I would just raise an eyebrow and I would just make a cutting motion as to cut that.
If he
shit out.
doesn't shut up, I can make him with voice. But yeah, let's go.
But I'd look to Tadic because I would see him more as like a mentor or a guide, more for my questions and whatnot. He's the one who's knows more of the current affairs of what's going on. I may have been born and grew up there as a child, but the last decade or so has been nothing. So I'll like let Tadic know that it smells like a maker has passed, and I'll give him the nod as in like I think a spice blow or something like that's gonna happen, like or something. Usually it's of big importance, so he should know what I'm kind of like hinting at.
Well, also,
You mean a pre-spice mess?
You're right.
Right. Do you smell it near us?
I just smell it around. Like I just get. I guess. Okay. Word. Yeah. Then I guess I'll use. Do I use a momentum or do I roll? To ask a question?
I think you can spend 1 momentum to ask 1 question.
Yes, that's
And
correct.
this is like, it doesn't have to be in the voice of a call. It's like you can ask me, the GM, like, do I know if da da da, or where is the da da da?
Right. Man, I don't think I'm necessarily. I mean, use momentum for that.
I think
yeah, you know what? I'll use momentum. If everybody else thinks that's cool, it just leaves us with.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, Sai, I'll answer you after this. After I resolve this question, Rico's.
When I gestured for like everyone to kind of come close, everyone would be able to smell this, right? Victoria may not know exactly what the smell is, but she may. I'm assuming she may guess, like, oh, I do smell something, but I don't know what it is.
That sounds fair. That sounds right.
Okay.
Are you going to anyone ask a question?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to know if it is possible to know a direction.
Yeah. I'll whisper you the direction.
Okay.
Your nose leads you in the way. Ricolas.
So I would I'll look back to everybody. Well, I'll look to the Fremen first, and I'll say, everyone, just check your bearings, and like just essentially what I'm trying to say is like take a look around real quick around in our area for a second, see if anybody can find anything or whatever. And that I would that's when I would like get a stronger smell. And it smells like it would be to our left and around this corner, but the entryway is in the opposite direction. So,
right.
I think
well played, Ricolas. Let me get some of these other players on here, okay?
Right. Yeah. No, I was going to talk to some of the other ones.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sai's asked me a question, so I'm eager to answer Sai's question. I'm waiting for. Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, gotcha. I would look to everybody, and I would say, it's I smell, and I think that the smell is coming, around this large boulder on our left, right here. And I think the smell is coming from way over here, like down, like from my knowledge, I would assume that'd be the only place to that a worm could be found, because up here is more into the rock formations of the rock face. So I don't.
Yeah, they wouldn't keep traveling down this way.
And then I would let Victoria know kind of like what's going on.
You'd be surprised.
I wouldn't say that this is like I just smell a dead worm. I wouldn't put it in any other like way, not like I smell dead shy a little, like, or give you any other information of what a dead worm would entail. So I'll just say I think there's a dead worm over beyond, and it's best to investigate that before we continue any further. And I'll look to each of the Fremen and get their consensus before continuing. So I'll leave that up for you guys.
I just nod at this information, and I will trust his judgment.
Yes, let's continue on.
Brilliant. GM break in here. and this is Sai's first game with us in this campaign in a live gameplay situation. And I've never done a gameplay session quite like this in Dune yet. So this is a bit closer to a D&D map, which some of you guys have played on, and so the method I'm speaking of here pertains to that. Select your token and see if you can move your token left and right with the arrow keys on your keyboard. Sai's got that. Sai, you can, if you want, you can rush up ahead of the party around the corner and see what you see from your question that you asked earlier. Well, or you can stay where you are and listen to what a call said.
Can he climb up?
Yes, if you want to do anything like that, you absolutely can give that a try.
He also has subtle step, so
Has what? Subtle step. Brilliant. You said it so subtly. I missed the word subtle.
right.
I don't know how this works. Let's go through it, please. You're well versed in the methods of avoiding notice, and you reveal little that you do not intend to. When you attempt a move test, this will be a move test. To pass unseen, you will move subtly. Okay,
He's in the back. Might be-
sure. You can move subtly and climb a rock, or move in front of Call and Lady Victoria's tokens to the sort of to the northwest, if you whichever you want, or neither.
He did definitely scout out the area so that nothing catches them off guard. Because that's what he does.
Good.
I think if Sai were to move in like this direction or this direction, I would be close behind. Just especially going up this way, just because I would know that that'd be in the direction of my CH. Not that I'd be worried about Sai looking for anything. Just make sure if anything were to happen, I'd help. But I'll stay a little bit behind since I can tell that Sai's super
He's kind of a little paranoid.
a little dodgy, eh?
He's a little dodgy. He's constantly watching.
He's constantly watching. All right. Would you like to do a move check, Sai?
Yes, please.
Okay. Tell me one more time. I'm just trying to figure out if you want to go up the rocks or around the corner on the ground.
Maybe he'll just go around the corner for now.
Point to where you can go. I don't know what Zoom you're on, but and you can make a move check difficulty 1.
Okay, how do I do the move check?
Sure. You'll be opening your character sheet to do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Same way as before, you click the statistic move,
Move.
and there you choose your drive.
Okay,
Eh,
DD, 'cause
Sounds good.
his strength. Okay, submit. How many dice?
I think it's 2, but since you have the talent that
You get
allows for a
3.
free die, there is no reason to not take 3.
3.
Yes.
And then using focus, espionage, survival desert. No.
The GM.
The focus of survival in the desert is appropriate. You can use your focus. Yes.
All right. Yes.
Thanks for asking. That fits. Just enough. No extra banked, but you can move your token to this intersection, please, with the arrow keys or drag it with the mouse. And from there, I'll let you choose if you want to go a bit further in this direction in order to indicate that you choose to go that way, or if you want to go this way, or if you want to go this way. And you notice, do you see anything on the floor here? I'll whisper it to you.
Okay.
Okay, there. You can RP that information or keep it to yourself. It's a whisper in the Roll20 text chat. Do you see it? Great.
So he's going to signal to the group to be cautious. But he and he's going to tell them to, also remain silent as he creeps a little bit forward.
Okay, choose your direction by moving your token in that direction.
This way.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so on this map, we are not using the dynamic lighting features of Roll20. We're going to experiment with those later if you do get into the Seitch, to the indoors. On this outdoor part, I'm using the regular feature called Fog of War, which means I will be doing reveal from the blackness to show you more of the map. So essentially, when you push your token towards the borders of the blackness and tell me that you want to continue going that way, then at that point I will reveal what you start to see ahead of you. So I'm going to give you a little bit of map right here, and then I'm going to go to I'll take your reaction to what you see, and then I'm going to go to some of the other players and see what they've done in the same period of time.
I see the little things. Okay.
There's something there in front of you. There's like something at first it looked like a rock, but you know it's not a rock because of your Fremen nature.
I see it. Can he see behind him and the other?
Yeah, let me give you a little bit more up there as well. Good question. There seems to be a pathway leading north over there. Okay, you see where your path going north?
Mm-hmm.
And it, of course, it continues off into the blackness. Blackness doesn't necessarily mean a wall. It's just beyond the playable area at the moment that you can see. Okay.
That he sees goes the other way, correct?
Excuse me?
I kind of see them in the sand.
Yes, they actually travel in both directions. Thank you for asking.
Oh, interesting.
They travel in both directions, but from this point, honestly, they are primarily traveling back east, back towards the group. Yeah, away from here.
Away from
Yeah. Yeah, away from here. They're traveling away from here, and of the two paths north of you, they're going on the one east in the north rather than straight north.
Up the other way. Okay.
Okay. Lady Victoria, what have in this moment, how would you like to react or respond?
Well, I will honestly just look around. I know that Akal's been given orders by Chase to sort of not let me die, and I don't want to make that job any harder than it needs to be. So I don't poke my head into any stupid places. But I will look around. Can I do an understand check or something?
Let me think here. What would work for you best? Yeah, I can't think of anything else, so I'll take an understand check. About your visions that you had. And do I have some threat here? Do I have some threat available? Let me add on some threat. And
You have
by
10
doing
thread.
this, great. I'll spend 3 threat to raise it 2 points.
Well,
leaving you with a difficulty 4. But I don't know if I'm not familiar enough with this game to know if that's bad on your mechanics. But what I'm saying is, if I give you that difficult of a difficulty, I'll give you some information that I otherwise think you wouldn't pick up on. So do you want to risk it, or do you want to get more ordinary information for a low difficulty?
Well, I do have understand 7, and I think I can use this survival focus here, which I have newly acquired thanks to my thanks to spending time with you folk. I use some of my AP. So if we wanna give him some thread, like as a compensation, it could work, maybe. I'm not sure. Do we want to do that?
I've lowered my threat to 7 because I just spent 3 of my points to raise the difficulty. So you're on difficulty 4.
Okay, well, I expected value. I'm gonna put it back to 10. I'm gonna like buy 2 die, I suppose, and roll 4 die and hope that I don't screw this up. And yep, I get 2 momentum and I get some information.
Bank the momentum. I will whisper you your information, and then you can do with it what you want. RP it as you want.
Right.
Let's see. Darn it! It took away my. All right, let me try that again. I think
That's pretty good.
6 successes. Woo woo!
Yeah, killing.
Yes.
Benny
Yeah.
J. Mm-mm.
Where is the information?
Hold on. I had to retype it.
Yeah, sorry, no problem.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Well, I'm actually going to use hyper awareness here to ask Gold a few questions, if possible. Like basically, I pass my check. I can spend 1 momentum to ask 1 question, but because I have the silent hyper awareness, I actually get to ask 2 questions. So yeah.
Right. Great. Let's play X.
Okay. Uh, ah. There. Okay, yeah. Now I get the whisper to work. My apologies.
That works. All right. Yes. Can I just say yes?
Yes, you can just say yes.
Yeah.
And that's my second question.
Okay. Fairly recently, I haven't established that answer formally, officially yet.
Just
Probably
give me
lasted
like
over a period of time. Some as recent as 3 to 7 weeks ago.
okay. Well, in that case, I put my hand to Akal's shoulder. I will take a big look of her, and I don't understand anything more, but I will just say that I get a sense of the situation based on sort of little cues. Something very violent has happened here. The Fremen have been fighting. They've been escaping. They've been trying to escape. These like footsteps make me think that, and it's not been very long since, but it's been many times. I will appear that I don't understand it myself completely, but I do get a very strong sense based on every that terrible have place here, and I will tell this to Akal in a way. No. Anyway, I will say this, that based on what Colt told me, and I will say this as empathetically as I can, because I know it's probably it's his home, and I want to be soft about breaking some bad news, and but I also don't want. I want him to be aware, and I will also point towards Tariq that somebody's been perpetrating violence here.
So as you kind of go through the explanation and whatnot, I think Toddick would probably be kind of swept up in like the memories of just him going past. He didn't really notice any of those, or maybe he's just doing something else. But as soon as like you start like queuing in all these different clues, and he's like kind of putting it all together, it's just slowly registering, and his face becomes one of like just listening and like piecing it together, and then all of a sudden it just slowly comes to like not like angry, but just like like almost utter like not confusion, but I guess it would be anger. Just like and then he's probably gonna look over to Tadic and like do like a swift nod, like just in his general direction. And I'm not sure how long these footprints have been there or whatever, or whether or not there's going to be any survivors. But I'm got my hand on my crisp knife, and I'm just gonna run up and hit some of these like corners real quick, and just like check just check corners and stuff as I
Okay.
continue.
You mean on map.
Yeah.
On map corners. Okay. Move your token and let's check 2 or 3 of them, or however many it seems you have time to, depending on what happens. Let's see. All right.
Okay.
You tap a corner there, and there is a Fremen signpost marking was there, but it has been blown away by the sand. The sand is scoured it too much. There's no signpost there anymore.
Gotcha. That'd probably be
Okay.
this thing.
Yep. Sure. Let me show you more in that area. Okay, you find a path to the southeast, but you know that's not the path home. You find a gap to the north, and that is that is the way home for you.
Okay. Gotcha. Just do I see any footprints or any type of traffic from over here?
The footprints seem to be do you want to examine the footprints more? The footprints are going both directions.
Yeah, I definitely examine them. I want to, yeah, for sure. Because I just don't want to be running all the way up here by myself when I could just be leaving an opening for me to get flanked. So
sure. None of the footprints are Fremen. The Fremen don't usually leave as much footprints, and they would go away in any case. These footprints are stained.
Okay, I'd like to know how long they've been. That's like which ones are the newest or more trafficked.
These are boot prints stained with blood, and the blood is quite old. But I'm letting you as Fremens detect that these footprints are here because they're not Fremen sand prints. These are hard boot prints with blood on them,
right,
going both directions. So
I try to identify that.
I'm just say it was more than 5 weeks. It's a long footprints to last, but here in these canyons and with your ability to detect something out of place, you're finding bloody footprints.
Gotcha. And like, yeah, I get you.
Well,
okay. If it's been that long, then I probably would be a little bit more calm about the situation. Finding out it's I'll like, is there any traffic that's new? Because like these footprints would be pretty old.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Where are those tracks?
Hold on. It's not tracks, but I will send you a message.
Okay. Oh wow, I didn't even send that message. It's supposed to go under my character.
Send you a message, whisper, and Roll20.
Gotcha. Like in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I know the dimensions of the like essentially the area that we're in?
Yep. Did such a good GMing job on this. Use the ruler tool.
Okay, so it is to scale.
Well, I was going to make the preface like, don't count on me to be to scale, but I did adjust it before to where I thought it was reasonable, so I think it might be, it could be off. Keep in mind,
okay.
So
I am
not to scale
if this were to be feasible, then it would be an infant, like infant one.
This is more than an infant, but it'd definitely be a juvenile. Definitely a juvenile. It's not one of those tiny infants, though. It's just not. I can adjust the scale even more. Right now, I've got it each, little whatever. I'm not going to go into it right now. It's on a 13.1 foot scale right now. I could up that to 27 feet or something and see if that fit better. It's not coming and going through that gap. It's moving in profile beyond that gap.
Okay, so this is what I'm seeing.
Can you see there? Can you see there?
No, I cannot. It's black.
It's black. Okay, let me unblack that and then I'll show you. Hold on. Oops, I did the wrong key. It's mainly to Rico, so I don't know what everybody's zoom is, and I'm not super concerned about it. But this is only something that Rico sees, so don't look up to the north side or scroll up or zoom out if you're not a call. A call, though, look up past the gap, okay?
Yep, I see it.
No, wait. Now you'll see it. Did you see it now?
Yeah, I saw it.
Like in motion.
Yep. I saw the animation.
Okay, I didn't know if it would play. I thought
I'm just thinking. So at this point, kind of looking up, I'm like looking at both of the tracks and stuff. And as soon as I see that, I'll like freeze and just make the hand gesture to stop and stop moving entirely.
everyone in the party's making that hand gesture. You guys are all like, stop.
And then at that point, I'll look back to Tadic and I will put my hand to my Chris knife and I will make a wave motion with my hand, like a snake or a worm, and then I will like do a little motion, like hand gesture, like down that way, and I'm gonna look really puzzled, because there would need to be a lot of sand for like I think someone put a worm here, or something. So like I'm like looking super puzzled, and I'm gonna motion for Tadic to let them know to either like stay there or walk without rhythm up here. I'm gonna stay right here. So
Grand. Okay. Tarek hasn't had an action yet in the campaign, so in the session. So Tarek, what's your as a Fadakian Fremen warrior? What would you do from this position? Seeing Sai go off to the west and signal, "Hey, everybody, shh!" And then a call goes up north and signals back as he just said. And Lady Victoria stands next to you with her Fremen clothes on, speaking of a great violence that she sensed.
He's going to kneel down and inspect the boot prints that are left in the sand and see if he can identify whose they are. Like, because he's dealt with like Harkonnens and stuff before, I would assume. Or, well, it's up to you if he knows. Or I can Terry of that.
So you absolutely do it. You make it's really just a different the check. So we'll say understand check and see for the 15.
And I serve the desert. I think living in the and serving in the camp, fighting people. That would be
good.
And would use truth. Have a higher in truth. I think I'm looking at the truth says this.
Please.
And I got a 1.
Okay, you met your success needed 1, so you get the information. You'll probably share this with everybody, but I'll go ahead and whisper it to you.
Yeah. Tarek stands back up and looks around and signals. These are Harkonnen boot prints with warm blood on them.
Would you you? I'm a pretty good distance away. Yeah, you'd have to yell that, I think.
That's fine. He just walks right up there.
You can do that, no problem.
Yeah, he walks without rhythm, so I'm not worried. Say, these are Harkonnen boot prints with bloody boot prints. We've seen these make and model before.
A call just looks at Todek really kind of straight. He's not really stone faced right now, very serious. And he just nods, and then he gestures up north for him to see up here. If I can. Oh, I can't ping that unless I do.
Okay. AJ, do you want to look to that through the gap to the north?
How did a worm get trapped up in here?
That's what yeah, right?
Well, we can take to the rocks and try to climb around it. Even walking without rhythm in such a confined space, not all. It may pop up just to see,
Yep.
anything that's going on.
All right. To our leader then, Richolas. What do you want to direct the party or let them move in each their own direction?
I think at this point, I motion for us to go back to kind of group up. And you said that this area is too small, or did you make the difference?
No, I didn't make the change. I'll make it now. How about that? Let me make the difference and then see what you think about it. I didn't have a lore master consultant on the size of a worm.
Yeah. I would just assume that there'd be a ton more sand, or the chasm would be fairly large for a worm to come in here, unless it was like one
there's
that
there's other routes in there. Hold on, there's other routes in there. That's it's only that it doesn't mean he got there through that chasm. He may have came in through the garage door on the other side.
Yeah, worms start out very small and get bigger.
Yeah, that's a small gap, but there's other gaps out of that next section. But nevertheless, I agree. You're right that this is a shallow area for worms, and I was thinking of playing off your player idea that one might be actually trapped up there in the wrong place. But
yeah, man, that's kind of scary to think. I used to play around here as a kid.
Keep in mind also this: you're looking at a looping animation there. I can stop the loop. The worm will have moved on by now. Okay, it's not like
oh, gotcha. I honestly haven't seen it since, so that's
okay.
relieving for me.
Okay, I think it stopped, but I thought maybe it was playing on something.
But yeah, I would gesture for that to be up there, and then I would like to kind of walk down and regroup with everybody.
Yes.
But if I can, does it look like there are any, even if it's like just a little bit on top of these rocks, like not even a bit, but is there any path around that looks manageable just to be on rocks and in any direction? I'm just kind of like looking around, like in here.
Still not understanding the essence of your question. You just hit me with the basic question. Are you saying, can I walk on a rock or what?
No, I'm just like, what do these rock faces look like? Are they like mad steep, like super, or are there tons of ledges like over here? It looks like that would be pretty easy to stand on and walk across,
You could make a move check if you want to climb along the walls.
No, I'm just taking a look at the surroundings to see if it would be like, I'm just trying to formulate a plan. So when I go back to the group, I'm like, okay, hey
Right.
guys, it looked like, these walls were a little bit easier to access over there, weren't that's a real steep.
Sorry, man. It's not that it's not at that level of detail.
Okay, cool.
It's just zoom out a little bit from that. I look out the cracks in the rocks. There's a move check. it's not, you can't freely walk upon the rocks. You
Yeah,
have
yeah. I was just curious if I wasn't sure if one pathway had like a difficulty 6 and another one had like
No, none of
4.
them have difficulty 6. The game only goes to 5. They all have difficulty between 0 and 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'd like to regroup with everybody and let everybody, for the sake of time, relay all of that good information back to
I think the best way to move forward would be you to make a decision what you want them to do. Do you want there's about 6 or 7 different doors right now, and you should choose one.
I call it be pretty easy if I may give you some
Or
advice.
further investigation into the ones you've got there by asking more questions if you need more information to decide.
We could always wait to see how often the worm comes around and just time it to his crossing.
Okay. Reasonable.
I think most of us can walk without rhythm fairly easily, though, so it shouldn't alert the worm to our presence.
I'd just like to know what everybody kind of found. There was anything over here, or...
Sai, what have you discovered by checking out things over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all he signaled for was the footprints.
Gotcha.
And of course, there's a dead worm, but that's all he can see so far.
And the dead worm is right here.
Yeah. You start to see. It looks very similar to rocks, but you can start to notice it's a huge hulking dead worm over there. I'll reveal more of it if anybody wants to get closer to it.
Yeah, definitely. I would really want to investigate that.
We'll have to alert some of the tooth carvers to see if they can come and collect from here.
It's like, you gotta take advantage of this while you can.
Does it still have its teeth? We should inspect it. Somebody's stealing sacred worm teeth.
I mean...
Check out the area now. On map. There is a dead worm there. There's a whole dead worm body there.
I'm assuming a ton of footprints are leading to and from the worm.
No.
Does it seem like it died of violence or of starvation
Yes.
or something else? Violence.
Okay, you can do a check to get more information about that, but due to your earlier check, this worm has died of violence.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
due to
been
the
killed.
footprints, there are some bloody footprints moving away from the worm. That's all, the only footprints. There's not a lot of footprints to and fro and stuff, like someone said. Okay, go ahead, X. Zen.
Sorry, can you repeat what I need to do?
Well, I thought you were about to say something, and I just wanted to make that clear before I. So it's you.
No, not really. I will just point out to everybody that it's being killed. Does it seem like, like they have been taken away a chunk of it, or is the corpse still complete?
Thinking of the proper answer to that. Again, I just don't have the lore knowledge or the biological to say. It's similar to the body of a whale that washes up on the beach, right? In a society that there's no bulldozers or biologists has come by to decompose the whale, just nature. It has a huge gaping wound in it that has been bleeding for 7 or 10 weeks.
Is the wound stabbed or burnt at all?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we look at the nature of the wound?
Sure. Why don't you do that? Let's take you can approach it more closely on the map and then make an understand check. So it's more severe as you get closer, and we will need to consult the lore masters of the group to tell us, what do worms bleed blood? Is there ice or bile around. I'm positive there's exoskeleton. I think there would be teeth because of this worm hasn't had the opportunity to have its teeth harvested yet.
Okay. What is the? I mean, if it's a worm on worm attack, correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody feel free, please. But that would be like in the deep desert. It wouldn't be on. I'm pretty sure the other worm would completely devour them in here because when they go from like sand trout, they just keep getting bigger. They just eat each other until they get bigger.
Yes.
So I would assume that this thing would be already munched on, or it's that worm that just was over there and it's coming back like right now. So that's
Been here for long already. Be that other.
oh.
It's been for long. Possible that other. Maybe this corridor narrow that the other one get exact position. Otherwise, the worm would have probably eaten this worm.
Right. I didn't know how long it was here. Gotcha. It's the same date as the footprints. Gotcha.
Anybody want to check out the worm corpse more?
Yeah, I'd like to check out the wound. Like, is it of I want to say natural, as in like worm on worm attack, or is it?
You can walk closer to the wound on the map if you want to, and then make an understand check to see if you know that. See if you can figure that out.
I'm gonna take a look around. Make sure that nothing's. Does it look like the worm? Oh, no, you said 5 weeks. I'm all like super worried the worm is gonna just come alive and eat me.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it won't, but that's not my intent. That's not my intent.
Well, he is still worried regardless.
Yeah.
This is not normal at all. But as goes past the front, you said the teeth weren't harvested, so makes note of that, and then tries to get as close as he needs to, but not too close, to check out the wound. I'm not sure how far or how close I need to be for that.
I am a bit interested, so I have heightened senses. Can I assist him on this roll?
Yeah.
Great, I'm walk here. Assist.
Okay, these came like 50 yards wide. The same standing on like 100.
Say that your weird imperial units say nothing to me.
I try meters, 55 meters.
Okay.
Is that big enough for a sandworm?
It depends on the size of the worm. Not for a big one.
Okay.
If
this graph is cool, like kind of diagram. I don't
that's
drop the web.
Just real worried. I mean,
draw this into like.
Let's not get too caught on the details. Let's focus on the story flow. I think that will be better. So yeah, you're gonna make that understand roll.
All right, I'll set it at DC2.
Okay.
I'll spend some thread on it. I'll spend 3 points of thread on it to make it DC4 for you.
Okay, I think you might wanna buy again some die or this.
Yeah, and I don't have any focus that would.
Is it survival? You don't have that?
It might like related.
Yeah.
Desert survival, I can do it.
I do.
Yeah, I would probably come close and not really understand and motion for them to come up. Is that all right? Or would you
Yeah, I don't care. You can take the check and fail it, right? You can take the check and risk it, and then just on failing it, it'll be the same. I mean, it'll be a little mechanics for me.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just do it, and I'll be like.
Yeah, I mean, if you roll miraculously, maybe you. I don't know.
Maybe. I won't.
You don't get it. I'll narrate it to you. Okay, so you don't. And is there a mechanic there? Any threat off of that?
General.
C4 with 2 6. Do I any threat off of that?
No, I think I wanna roll my helping first and see if I can alleviate anyhow.
Guys, I want to do another resolve mechanic.
Oh no, I don't even help.
You do your own one, then
I care. My bad.
Like,
you added a D4 and 0 successes. What happened mechanically, please?
You get 4 thread out of it. So you go to 11.
No, 8. It's on forward.
Yeah. Sorry. For me, it's not showing for some reason.
that's a 10 thread.
Now does it not say 6 and 8?
I don't see it anymore.
Yeah, it disappears to me.
Okay, sorry. Let me try again. Fix that. We all need to be on the same page for this. Oh, I know what happened. I shouldn't have done this. I deleted the wrong copy.
Interesting to know that if you fail to understand something, the thread of the game gets more intense.
Yeah.
I don't understand how to do this. Well, it gets harder from here, but
Yeah. Okay.
His momentum should be maybe higher. Was it on 6 or something?
oh no, I'm just
Okay.
making a joke.
I mean, it goes down by 1, I believe, when we change scenes. I don't think it resets completely, so I think it should be at 5. It's
Okay.
4 actually, because I spent 1. No, it should be at 4, 6 because I rolled that overkill success. There we go.
Let's
Sorry.
have it on 6. Let's have it on 6. Now we'll go back to Ricolus's roll.
Okay.
And so you pay me threat. You're not sure what the wound on the worm came from. Does anybody else want to look into it?
Me?
Yeah, I think Sai and Tarek would like to check it out.
Okay.
Please.
How about one at a time, or you
Yeah,
can
that's
both exist either way. Let Sai step up to the
Yeah, Sai, you go
wound
first.
and roll an understand check with a DC of 2.
Okay, so understand. Draw.
Yes. Last one. True. Your true. I've had a state.
Says truth is the first casualty of war.
Perfect.
Okay.
I do not challenge your drive statement. Your drive statement is applicable. Does everybody hear that? Sai is driven by the principle that
Truth is the first casualty of war.
okay, if you succeed on this check, I'll give you information, and it will go hand in hand with your motto that you have there.
2 dice, and I do have survival desert, so 2 dice. Yes.
You can use survival desert, yes.
Okay. And submit. Focus. Yes. Submit.
Oh. Look at the wound. Never seen is disturbing, and you're who thing.
Or how?
And I think I gain 1 momentum from that. One threat for me.
Yes, that's correct.
1 threat for me. Welcome back, Koji and Higgy.
Tarek.
They're examining the wound on a dead worm.
Okay, I think Tarek's turn to try it.
I'll check it. If any to assist, cool too.
Do that. I don't know about work, but I have a shop my benches on it, so I can help that way. I can point out details. But yeah, here comes my assist.
Do we have any momentum left?
Yeah, we got 6. Do you want to spend some of?
How important is this to you guys?
Let's say spend 1. That sounds
Okay,
like
I'll
a
burn
good thing.
momentum and get a dice.
It'd be nice to know
Hell
how it
important.
died so that we know what we're up against.
Super important. This is like one of the scenes of today's act, and whether you get this or not.
Yeah.
How would
Advance.
I spend 3 momentum?
That will work.
You can still play the adventure if you don't solve this, but
Yeah. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that I this out. Writer, since it gives me a little into worms or survival. Give me insight into worms.
Sure, either one, no problem.
I should've
So
done that.
focus is on. Is
Can I
there
use- Can I use discipline instead of understand for survival check?
No.
Okay.
I mean, in the game or right now?
Right now on this check.
You cannot roll a discipline check for this. You need to roll an understand check for this. But you can use a focus from your discipline as an ability
I just thought I'd ask.
if it applies. You know,
So I am rolling. Does that
okay?
spend momentum? Do die using survival.
Yeah, he makes it, and we bang 2 momentum because we got total of 4 successes.
How did you get 4 when I see? Because he's got a.
My assist. I got 1
Your
out of my assist.
Okay, so do exactly as she said mechanically. So will you guys fix your momentum, bank your momentum?
There it is.
And I will tell each of you separate information and let you put it together. So Zeno, I'll tell you your information. Don't say anything until I whisper Tarek his information then.
That will work.
It's harder to whisper you with just the one letter. Maybe put the second letter.
That's okay.
Let me see if it works. Hold on. It's hanging up on the drop down menu. Okay, that went to X. Now let me whisper to Tarek. You understand. Okay, there. Now you guys two can, after you read your message, you two guys can play.
Do I know what type?
I don't know if you know things like that, and not from that check. You can either spend momentum and ask, or ask for another check with higher difficulty.
Well, I will point out that it died apparently from some sort of ordnance. Maybe. Well, I'm not very well versed in weaponry, but I will say that it was maybe some sort of explosive. I will point this out to Akal actually, because Akal's gone to the School of War with Kina, I think, hasn't he? So
Yeah, I've been to this.
I will point this specific thing that points to an ordnance out to Akal and ask if he can, like, know anything more about that based on that thing, those details I pointed out.
And Gold here. It's around the top of an hour. I'm going to call for a break. Everybody should stretch and get some water. Go to the bathroom if you need to. Remember to stay hydrated. With that said, you guys can continue to RP on that cliffhanger moment for now if you want. We can play for at least another hour when I come back in about 5 minutes, but maybe as much as 10 minutes. I need a bio break for me and take my dog outside. So you guys can talk about what you've seen at this
dead worm here. It seems to be an exploded, some sort of explosion.
Dead worm.
No. Why?
Would they bug off?
Oh my.
Well, I gained that insight from some details that were not specified. That out of my hyper awareness, that violence towards Fremen being done here too. So I'm thinking like whether somebody is trying to weaponize the worms against the Fremen, or have the Fremen been trying to defend themselves against the Harkonnen with the worms, or who's done what?
Or maybe they're just experimenting to see how they can kill them.
The Harkonnen, but why would they come to deep desert to this old Seitch for that?
They don't
But
think
maybe
they
we will
can
have to
get
find
here.
the Seitch. Maybe we'll have to go to see if the Seitch has been like empty for many years or something. But on the other hand, sea violence towards the Fremen has apparently been like quite recent as few weeks. So
Maybe they're
say,
trying to breed their own worms.
but there are Harkonnen presence here. We noticed that there are Harkonnen footsteps, so it's not just Fremen alone being something. So I don't know. I guess my take would be that Harkonnen and Fremen have been clashing here, and somebody has been trying to weaponize the worms for some end.
Man.
And this is information that I have as a character, which is pieced together from all the clues I've gotten. So I'll explain this to the three of you, especially Akal and Tarek, sorry Sai, because I have a history with these buddies. But I will also be there to hear it. Yeah, I will say that, okay, we've got Harkonnen footsteps, we've got violence towards the Fremen, and we have a dead worm, dead of ordnance. I'll let them know that. It seems like Harkonnen and the Fremen have been clashing here, and somebody has been trying to use the worm as a weapon of a
Well, I was
sort.
wondering if it was a shield explosion, like shield lasgun. Boom.
Yeah, but that we don't know yet.
Poor worm.
My Q says that it's some sort of ordnance. I'm not sure if shield lasgun counts as ordnance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be thinking it'd be something.
And I don't know, does it seem like it's from the inside? I mean, maybe somebody's been like, straping bomb to themselves and feeding themselves to a worm and then exploding inside or something terrible. Something like that. That totally sounds like shit Harkonnen would do.
Guess it wouldn't be big enough to ride.
Yeah, I think so.
So maybe they just saw it and they got lucky on one and it just kind of came in here. Or they direct or someone did it. I guess that's actually quite not direct.
That's a good feeling actually. Die if somebody having it. Man, maybe going to their sites to just
Small.
that's yeah.
I'm shocked that about a special some of the natural kind of worms.
mean, I don't it something would put up inside a worm and pick up with it. So okay, so
Trapped, and the worm just happened to blow up. Explosive?
Well, there's not much that
Yeah.
can kill a worm. They can devour explosives and they don't blow up. They can, be shot with a laser gun. It doesn't cut through them. Yeah, the only things that really work are like a shield lasgun explosion, because like a nuclear blast, and most worms even survive that. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, worms are really, really tough. That's why the Harkonnens that's why everyone leaves them alone, is because you can't kill them.
Yeah, it's too expensive to kill
Unless
them.
you
That's
drown
like
them in
one of the
water.
Jokes. Yep, exactly.
And there's none of that. Could just be a test. And it worked.
Can I try to piece out whether the violence towards this worm has been made by the Fremen or the Harkonnens? I do suspect the Harkonnens, but is there
It's
something?
definitely not Fremen. Fremen value worms too much.
Okay, yeah.
Let me
I
answer.
will accept that. Yeah.
Victoria, you can make a battle check.
Battle. Okay.
My bad, Go. I didn't know you were back yet.
I just got back. No problem, AJ. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Battle check? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not about to be devoured, right?
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm
Battle
not about to be devoured.
It's not that. You just asked which force killed the worm, the Fremen force or the
Yep.
Harkonnen force?
Two successes. Is it sufficient?
No, it's not quite sufficient.
Can I assist her?
You're not sure who blew it up. You suspect all the people that you said a moment ago.
Can I give an assist on that?
Why don't you make your own check now? What do you think?
Oh, sure.
Is it
Yeah.
too late for an assist? I think it's maybe. I think the assist is rolled before the check.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll make a check.
Your check. What's your question?
No, just trying to figure out who killed the worm.
Okay. Sure. Well, you did one check towards that already, so you want to refine your information, right?
Yeah. Who killed the worm, and I don't know what else.
You got to be more specific with the question. Your question has to be a little, because based on the information I've sent you before already, that's who killed the worm.
Yeah, the Harkonnens.
No, that's not. I said. Well, sure. Okay, you can guess it's the Harkonnens. That's fine.
Okay.
I said a bomb. I know you got your character got the information that it was killed by a bomb.
Yeah, it was killed by a bomb. Can I try to see whether it's like, or can I point out to somebody else, like they check, for example, a Carl? Can a Carl go and check whether the worm has been blown up from the inside or from the outside, sort of? Like, did he eat somebody who has trapped himself one of those bomb vests who and then blow himself up inside or something like that?
Who do you want to check it?
Whoa.
I think Akal could do it.
Done.
Because Akal has this history of being in the Kina school, which is, I believe, some sort of military academy, workmanship
It's
academy
honestly
thing.
a world with a shit ton of islands where they torture kids into like becoming sword masters, to be honest.
Okay. I don't know much about it, to be honest, but
If you want to
yeah, I
go
would.
by the Brian Herbert books, that's essentially what goes on.
Okay. Well, I do suspect that among these people, Akal, because he has been outside DUNE, maybe has the best possibility to understanding this thing about these ordinance still, so I pointed out to him. And yeah. If Ian doesn't get it.
Oh man, I love that. Keep from bacon.
Our mad lad isn't quite as mad lad when it's when it's not about riding a worm. I will go to Giffin and ask whether he'd do me a favor and keep an eye on the surroundings and make sure that a worm doesn't sneak up on us.
Alrighty. Sure. He says, "You bet your bacon I will."
I'm not sure how I should interpret that response, but yeah. I think Akal could, if he is allowed to make the battle check, I think he could use some momentum, maybe 3 or 1 to buy die.
I'm with me.
Cool. So battle check.
Well, what's your question? Depends on what your question is.
I would like to know if this is
Or your action. It's a question or action. What are you doing? What are you trying to determine? Yeah.
well, I'm gonna go like if they're watching, I'm honestly just I'm gonna get in like not how big is this wound to worm ratio? Like can I get in I don't want to necessarily get in the wound, but like is it that big to where like
Yep.
whoa, like oh,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can
You
reach
can
inside, you
you
can
can
lift the
either
flesh and
you could enter the worm's mouth or you could enter the worm's wound.
I think the wound is the better option.
yeah. I think I will not go into the so is it like a like do I have to like swim, like get inside and like push all these guts around? Like essentially, there is no extra space, or is there like I can step into the wound and like there's a cavity that's open for me?
No, it's not a cavity room. I don't have another map of the interior of the worm.
No. I get that, but I'm just like
That's my answer. That's my answer. You could step into it, but yeah, blood is going to touch you, and then furthermore, not just blood. Once you step in there, we're going to consult the lore masters as to exactly what types of bile and spice and things are inside of a worm.
Why are
Yeah.
you
It
filing
might
for
require a move check and all this, but I'm not going to go about you get to decide what you want to do.
yeah.
Do you want to into it?
Honestly, I'm checking the organs, I guess, to see whether or not are they like exploded or are they burned like from the inside, because I mean I would assume if it happened on the if the explosion happened from the outside it would have like just really kind of ripped a smaller hole from the outside, and then the inside's a little bit messed up, but if the explosion came from the inside there's a whole lot more damage like from the inside rather than like just the like shell of the worm, because the shell of the worm's like mega tough.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not sure. I can't set a difficulty high enough for that. I'm sorry.
Weird.
That kind of
I
like
mean,
biological medical analysis, like to take apart the body and like you already failed your check to know what the bomb came from. According to your mates, they are saying that there was a bomb.
gotcha.
You
Okay.
can't see that. You already failed your check to see what the worm wound is. So you can't repeat that
Well,
act
gotcha.
of
It's
see what the worm wound is.
definitely
If you want to now climb into the worm to see if you can get new information, we can do a check for that. That would be a new action.
yeah. I'm not gonna climb into the worm.
Okay, that's fine.
That's
That's fine. What do you want? Again, the battle check that I called on Victoria was because in her mind she felt it was either the Fremen or the Harkonnen, and so she was determining between two forces. You're not haven't specified that you wanted to check that at all. So, what are you trying to check?
I mean, yeah. I'm honestly what I was asking beforehand. That's what I was trying to
Yeah,
check.
I mean, I can't. I don't know what else to
Yeah.
tell you.
No worries. Then I'll
Be
just
big enough to get in there, and yes, you're going to suffer the consequences of being inside a dead worm if you try that, which you are free to try that.
yeah. I don't want to try that. So yeah. I'll just
He doesn't know, you guys. He doesn't know what killed this worm. He can't figure it out.
Maybe we should
He's
just
very troubled right now. I think he's
try to
mad,
seek
upset about the.
the old Seitch
maybe
get
you should go
inside
do
the
that.
Seitch because maybe we
I
don't
think this
have
is as
anything
much
more to know
information
here.
we're ever
Yeah.
gonna get.
Yeah, I think you're at a dead
Yeah.
end. Yeah, there was more information to get here, but I don't think you guys are able to get at it, which is fine. You got the information. There's a dead worm. It seems to have
Which
been
was killed by
exploded.
Harkonnens, according to me, apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, great.
You
According
said to me that's true, didn't you?
you
You said I
pass your roll or fail on that. I forgot. Okay, if you did that, okay, sure. Yes, ma'am. I probably wish.
sorry, I'm not sure. I might have,
Scrolling up,
but yeah,
I'm not seeing where I told you that. Let me see. I see
I
you
might.
did that in truth. When you had 2 successes against DC of 3, so you failed your check. So I wouldn't have answered that to you.
Well, in that case, fine. Sorry,
Can I check to see if it
I
was like
told
a
you.
shield explosion?
Hold on, let me answer one more time. Excuse me. I'm sorry. What I told you was that your suspects were correct.
okay, yeah, sorry, my bad.
You don't know whether the Fremen did it or the Harkonnens
True.
did it.
You told me that my suspects out of 2 were correct, so one of them did it, and then Tarek pointed me that Fremen would have never done that, so that led me to conclude it was Harkonnen.
That's what happened. That's what happened. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
we drown our worms.
What?
We drown our worms. We don't blow them up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Or
This
we
one-
ride them to death, honestly.
I wanted to check to see if I could recognize if it's a shield explosion, like a shield lasgun explosion, because there aren't many things that can kill a worm that I
Yeah, you
know
can
of.
check that.
I just don't think it would have made this small of a wound if it was a shield laser gun explosion. But
That's also a good surmisal. The canyon walls here would be more blown out if there was a nuclear level explosion here.
Well, worms are pretty resistant to
But
just about everything. If the nuclear explosion was from the inside, we may not see much.
fair. Okay. So you want to examine the wound more closely. Although you've examined it once before, you now want to see.
No, I didn't get to examine it yet. I didn't get to
Oh.
roll.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's have
So
a
I wanted to check it out.
understand check DC of 2 now.
So I'll use understand. I'm going to use my faith for knowing about what kind of knowing about worms and what can destroy them or kill them.
Hold on. I need to spend 3 threat points to raise the DC.
Okay.
So now it's DC 4. Okay, go ahead. Now go back to your roll. I spent threat, guys.
Just make the roll.
Sorry, what was that?
Just make the roll. Let's see what comes out of it.
I'm going to spend a momentum on that.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll give me 3 die.
Yep. That's correct.
you got it.
Using my survival focus.
Mm-hmm.
So close.
Nope.
Not enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you're
honestly, I
coming-
feel like Gold isn't giving us this information. Let's move.
Yeah, that's okay. So I don't know either. We should continue on.
Yeah.
Okay. Choose your direction now. It'd be the
I-
north here or
My opinion it would be that Akal, we should try to find the Seitch, where the Seitch exists or has existed. So I'm trying to kind of ask whether Akal is willing to lead us to his old home, in a sensitive, nice, Jesuit inspiring kind of way.
There are multiple ways through this canyon that lead to the siege, right? Like I'm assuming this cavern over here leads over. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
there's multiple entrances. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's like
I would probably suggest maybe fanning out. I think everyone would know that there's a worm here now. So maybe if anybody has seen the worm, we go in the opposite direction. And I would lead, but I would just be wary of that. But I would just go straight to the siege, very carefully.
I'm gonna move the worm down here. It's gonna travel next to you guys for a minute, so I can show the other players. Yeah, and then it'll vacate the area.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You'll be able to go.
Oh,
Look back to the intersection.
That's so neat.
that's cool. There it is.
That would be really disconcerting.
Huh.
Seeing that thing just.
And it moved that close to us.
The different
Why?
direction, right?
Yeah, but yes, please.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, there it goes. Well, in that case, I think that we better go north.
Cool. Yep. I'll as soon as I see it. Ooh, no.
I'll stop in a second. I'll have it. It's traveling, so I'll have it travel south. It moves on. Okay.
Cool. Woohoo!
Yeah,
All right.
the
I'm
worms are
going
kind of
then.
like goldfish. They grow as big as their surroundings,
Yeah.
you know? And so if a worm just lives in this area, they're only going to grow so big because of the natural rock formations.
This
Mhm.
area is not contained, guys.
Yeah, it's not contained.
No,
I've
no,
said
but
that
if
like
it finds
15
it's
times. I've wrote it in the
but
chat.
if it's a if
I
the
can't
worm
say
finds it
more
to
than
be a good
not.
feeding ground, they're going to stay in there.
Guys, this is not a puzzle of like rocks where things are contained. I've expanded the size of the map. I said the sand goes deep. I don't know how much.
Yeah. It's good.
No, there's
Let's
some people here that
continue
are
on.
not getting it. There's some people here that are not hearing it. I keep hearing it come up.
All right. Yeah, where are we going?
This is the way that I know. That would be the quickest. So I'm just gonna watch out for um other worms of possibility. Can I I don't know if I can make a check or something, but um since I never really got to make my Seitch, I'm not really sure on the history of it, but the history of my Seitch wouldn't be like caretakers of worms, would they?
I didn't think of that. That's a good question.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because there are
no,
places where like Seitches raise worms for like
yeah, only to the normal amount. You guys have the thing with the water of life.
yeah.
I'm not a lore master, so I may have gotten off on it, but I tried to put that in there. So there's that kind of like pit. It's got a name to it. It's like a pool where you keep one baby worm and stuff sometimes. That exists. I don't know. You can say that they were or that they weren't, but it's not a major plot line because I didn't plan for that.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm just gonna say no. I was just curious because if that's the case, then I wouldn't be as concerned for worms chilling in here. You know what I mean? So that would put me at ease. Why there'd be a worm chilling here? So that would be the only thing. So I'm gonna come up around this corner and I'm gonna be motioning for Psy. I notice they're a little bit swifter on their feet and. I like the way that their head is always on a swivel, so I'll definitely have them like right up there, like checking the corners with me and stuff for sure.
Makes sense.
I'll come up here, and then I'm assuming it's like, what was it, northwest?
Northeast is the way to your secret entrance.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You would think by now that you would be. What is there a question?
So we could always split off. He takes one side, I take the other.
Could do that also. There's more than one entrance to the Seitch. The main secret entrance is to the northeast from you here.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in the Seitch yet, and you do know that worms can pass through this thoroughfare.
Okay. At this point in the maze of rock formations, are there any footprints leading to the secret entrance?
No, all the footprints have been wiped away through here by and this is in the DUNE lore about the comings and goings of the sandworms. So the whole floor is rearranged through here over what it was earlier.
Okay, but there are footprints leading over here, or is it all
No,
just?
there are no footprints. I
Okay.
said that there's no footprints.
Well, you were saying leading over to here. I'm just curious if the worm was over here, and if it wasn't, there might be footprints. But if not, then cool. Then
Well, you're not over. You haven't gone over there yet. If you want to go all the way over around that corner, you can go over there and check.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the footprints that led up to here seem to stop at this point.
Okay. Yeah, at this point, I think we're. I would just be kosher with bringing everybody to the secret entrance.
Okay. All right. You are starting to be surprised by an eerie quiet in through here, in which you think that normally you should be, and you know that the Fremen scouts and overwatchers are extremely quiet and hidden, but you know which crooks and crannies through here they should be standing on, and you don't see any of them.
Right. At this point, I'm assuming that everybody's dead. So,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, lots of Harkonnen boots. So I'm assuming the worst. So I'm trying to keep my cool, but honestly, I'm really trying to just like rush through here.
Let me clear up a large area of map. Hold on, give me a second here. I think this will be helpful. All right. Now, can you see your options better? Sorry about that before. I thought you could actually see a little more than you could.
Yep. Nope. Good. Yeah, I would like to continue over this way.
Yes. Okay, so you kind of have two choices that way. Can you ping again which one you're going to choose?
I was probably gonna choose this one. Come on, move. There we
I
go.
still don't know which one you mean. Ah, he goes that way. Very good. Okay. You're fine to that point. Do you want to signal to your mates behind you?
Yep.
Yeah. Again, you know a call from when growing up here that this area would be like they could easily ambush anybody that was trying to come through here. They could like rain down, Fremen weapons on you. But no one's there. It's eerily silent. So you can move to up here if you wish.
Okay. Yeah, I'd motion. I'd probably ask like Tadic possibly to stay in the rear just to cover our backs and make sure Lady Victoria's kind of in the middle of our group.
Yeah, not a problem. I'll stay by her.
So I will kind of hang out over here.
Okay.
Keep a lookout.
Brilliant. Good job, guys. Lookout check. What's the best lookout check? Can you understand?
Understand is a good one.
So this
Unless
is this is asking to Sai. You can make an understand check DC 0.
Understand check
Nice.
DC 0.
Yep.
My sheet's taking a bit. Come on.
Take your time. That's fine.
So, understand. Oops. Understand. So, click on that. Understand duty.
You can use duty. Sure. It's your duty to keep watch here.
Mm-hmm. How many dice? 2?
2 is the default, unless we need to spend momentum to get more.
2. Using focus. I have espionage, survival desert, warm rider.
Survival desert will work. You can say yes on the focus. Survival desert will work.
Yes. Submit.
That is enough. Do you guys bank one on that, or that doesn't? Since it was DC 0, there's nothing banked.
we bank it because
Okay.
like DC 0, everything that is excess goes to bank.
That's right. See, someone told me it wrong one time, and ever since then, I keep getting confused about it. But I totally know that. That's right. So thank you for adding it. Your momentum is up to 5. Sai, you raise the momentum up to 5, and Sai, you figure out that there is no commotion to the west or around the corner from the boulder to the north. There's just the sound of the wind whipping through there. However, you hear a periodic stirring from over this way. Can you see my ruler on map?
Yes.
You hear noise from this spot.
Stay away from that spot, people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So he's going to signal to who is that? Zoom in. Tarek
Eric, yes, Tarek is the one you see.
to he's gonna hold up, he's gonna touch his ear and then signal to the opposite side where you guys are going around, where that area is.
Yeah, Tarek will nod. You'll make a hand gesture to not go that way. Basically, he points with a knife hand and then cuts his hand across his neck and then points down the path that they're heading.
Okay. Sandwalk, people. Sandwalk.
Right. Back to Rico. Rico, you see a something sketched on the wall near what would be the entry steps that beyond that you'll be getting into your Seitch. The interior of your Seitch. You're now at the front doorstep of your Seitch, and you see a sigil drawn on the wall.
Gotcha. This is the front door or the secret entrance? Or
I didn't label which one was which. I think they're all secret. This is the one that I was calling the secret entrance to the northeast. In other words, like whether your favorite entrance or the main entrance. But there are other back entrances. If you had had a reason to choose not to go this way, you still could get in.
got you. I just figured secret was the one that's the Harkonnens wouldn't know about.
Okay, fair. Well, they wouldn't know about any of them.
Okay.
In the times when you grew up around here, the Harkonnens did not know about any of these. In fact, they thought only 30,000 Fremen lived north of here.
Right. Yeah, but I would assume that we would never use a secret entrance unless we had to. So
Okay, I would sure. Okay.
But I'm just gonna pick this one regardless, just to keep
yeah.
things flowing. So
There you go. This is the one I figured you'd use.
But I'm gonna motion over and make sure everyone is good to go. I'm gonna leave it. I personally, I wouldn't want to split up the group, but I'll leave it to everyone's discretion whether or not there wants to be like a lookout. But I would motion for everybody to make their way on over to this door over here. But I'm gonna kind of make a lookout until everybody's like ready to cross and get to this door and push on forward.
Go all the way up to the edge to the weird color, the mustardy gold color on the map to say that if you're going inside. Okay, you pass a sigil, a Fremen symbol written on the wall there.
Yep.
Lady Victoria?
I'll follow him and go to where he's pointing and
Good.
there.
You pass some weird magical symbols.
I would just quickly glance it over and see that this is not any. It's not likely, but maybe it's not any Bene Gesserit thing that I would recognize.
It is not Benny G.
Okay. Well, in that case, nothing. I will just pass it.
Tarek, you pass a Fremen symbol on the wall.
Cool. Do I recognize it?
Let me check with Higgy. This one just means this one's a secret symbol identifying that there's an entryway in here. So this is one
door.
Comings and goings, indoors, outdoors is sort of the translation of this one.
Some of our hobo markings. Got it.
For now.
It just basically identifies the Seitch and just basically a quick Seitch and I think there's also some water measurements too, like certain water measurements that they would advertise.
Okay. So this keeps track of whether the water was healthy or not healthy and at the last time this was updated?
Yeah.
No water poisonings in XXX days.
That's good. This ain't gonna be no jackarutu.
But this particular symbol hasn't been updated in a long time.
Okay.
On the outside, once you get inside, it's a different story.
Okay.
Let's get inside.
Okay.
Say long time. Would that be longer than 5 weeks?
Yes.
Easily. 6 weeks.
Cool. If I mean, I would have definitely like looked at it passing by. I mean, I got the little notification on the side, so
Yeah, but let's.
I would keep my hand on my knife and gesture for everyone to be extremely cautious coming in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technical question now. If you mouse over the Fremen symbol, do you get a tooltip pop up?
Prevent signpost, it says that.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody noticed that. It is a new feature on Roll20. It's the first time I've ever used it. That is called the tooltip feature. I have
Right.
shown
Pretty cool.
tooltip turned on in limited places. This means you can mouse your mouse around, and if you mouse over something and that pops up, then that just might mean there's some additional information or something to look at there.
But yeah,
So-
I'm dying to get inside.
Yeah, we're going to solve the inside. You guys need to know about that.
Okay, fair enough. I see. So this signpost is a tech demo.
It's gonna be the best I
Cool.
Spy game.
So yeah, there we go. Piece of art.
Oh, okay, here I am.
Now, if you're logged in as GM, you should probably log in as player, unless you're Haiti.
Okay,
I'm player. I've been for a while.
Yep.
I'm player too.
Ditto.
I should be player. I'm seeing a lot of dark.
Yep.
I've pinged you into a place with your characters, so zoom quite in a bit more so you can really see your characters there. Probably 120% or more, 140%. Try that.
I'm at 220.
Okay, so well, that's yes. Okay, you'll end up wanting to zoom out some, but that's fine. Select your own token.
Place is big.
Yeah, my
Holy
token is selected.
With your token selected, move with the arrow keys preferably. You can move with the mouse, but I prefer the arrow keys. It looks best to me and keeps you from moving too far before I get a chance to resolve it. Okay, now as you start moving there, Rico, start moving.
Okay.
Somebody move Kiffin.
Oh, I can't move him. Oh, there we go.
See, Tarek, see if you can, or I'll move him. Okay, that's fine. Let me get him.
I can just link him with mine.
Well, do you have permission right now, or I forget what I was intending?
Nope, I do not. I can't touch him.
All right, I think I gave him only to me. He's going to try to keep up with you. I'm going to give him to Higgy. Higgy, are you on?
I mean, if you just.
I am. One sec.
Do you want to move the Kevin Bacon guy?
Oh crap! I'm as a player right now.
That's okay. I can assign it to you as a player.
Yeah, go ahead.
Done. See if you can select Kiffin Bacon.
I can.
Great. Okay. Move him gingerly. He's a backup guy for them. He's not the lead dude here.
Okay.
Okay. Adventure on. Okay. Is everybody okay on lighting? You can see some things, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There's
You're
no
inside of
more.
Fremen. You're inside of Fremen Seitch. I haven't written a description of it yet. We're playing what will be a prelude to Higgy's adventure that he's writing to inspire him. I have created a Roll20 map that will serve as your Seitch. It's got a lot of clues in it. Doesn't have any monsters because DUNE doesn't have monsters, but it's going to be fun and interesting. It does have dynamic lighting, so keep me updated on if that is working for you. Tarek, come back. You've went over the border.
Yeah, I noticed.
You're not supposed to be able to move the symbol, but I see that you
That was
can.
my fault. That was my
Sort
fault.
of okay. Okay, that's okay.
So
Not a big
sorry.
deal.
Okay, yeah. When
Okay,
I see
so
the
we'll play.
symbol,
Yes.
I will kneel by it. I will kneel by the symbol, and because I'm being Jesuit, I've studied Iraqis linguistics. I'd like to understand this symbol. What does it mean? Maybe the
Yes.
Fremen could tell me. But
You can make a DC 0 check to see what language it's in if you want to do that.
I will do that. Understand and linguistics. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Or is communicate more appropriate if I'm trying to
Communicate's
like?
also good.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Okay.
I was trying to.
Hope so.
There we go. I'm using my linguistics Iraqis focus. And there we go. What did I roll?
we can. What was the understand?
Okay, you recognize that it was 2. So you bank 1 momentum, or I think you understand that this is definitely a Fremen symbol. This is, what's the Fremenish language?
Propsa.
Chikosa.
And does Chukosa have writing or symbols?
Yes.
Okay, then this is probably a symbol of that. If not, it's a code within their community that's similar to that.
Does it something? Can I decipher the meaning of this symbol?
Aha, that is a harder check.
Okay. Well,
Can one of
You know
us
what
make the
symbol
check?
means?
Due to the fact that we speak it and it's just part of our culture.
Yeah.
Right, and so I just want to ask Victoria, because I think she's been learning it.
Okay.
And I think she RP'd. I think she said that. Don't you want to gesture to the Fremen and ask them what it means, or are you going to try to rely on?
someone I will point it out. I knelt by it. Everybody's just sort of looking around me. As soon as I notice it, I would probably beckon somebody over.
Right.
And yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's various ways to resolve this. I think we should just let I'll give Ricolas the best understanding of it, so I'll give him the lowest DC. So just let Ricolas roll it on his own, unless you guys want to go through the whole process, like an assist and stuff.
Yeah, let's
She could
Ricolas
assist.
rolls.
Yeah.
Let's make it quick and
Rico,
simple.
I'll call for a DC of 1. Higgy, I'll need you to help me interpret this particular symbol. This is one near an entrance and exit of the place.
And understand, correct?
The an understand check would be great. Yes, please.
I'm going to be using my faith.
Yes.
Kept in, we're kept in the momentum, so you could use 1 maybe.
Yeah, why not? If
Are
I
we
get
rolling
you,
assist
it would
first?
Be banking it. Yep, go ahead and roll assist.
I just lost the
What were
momentum
we?
tracker. It's gone again for me.
Yeah, and we banked 1 from your roll.
Yeah,
Yes.
it will have disappeared on this map. Sorry about that.
The water seals are all broken. Okay.
Whoops. Sorry, I said that too soon.
Well, I guess Akal just got himself a free success.
Just yeah.
Before the glitch, M5 T8. So keep track of changes from there, and I'll get the trackers on this map.
So that's what we have currently without me using any.
I guess that's
Yes.
what happened now because you got the result by Higgy. So yeah, you can read this and understand this thing.
Good. And is Higgy working on it? Is he telling?
Yeah,
It's
my
all
fault.
already.
I accidentally sent it. Like
Yeah,
I was writing it and like for preparation for the
Oh.
success, and I accidentally.
Yeah,
My fault.
he. No problem. Let's just carry on. So Akal, what do you do when you get this knowledge?
I tell everybody that the water seals for our collection reservoirs seem to be broken according to the markings.
I will
Fremen
ask
would
Akal.
not be here, but it sounds like a good base for the Harkonnens. So I would be worried about enemies.
Okay, I will. After hearing this, I will put my hand on Akal's shoulder and ask him, can worms get inside CRGs? This is built like a worm can't get in here, right? Because I'm afraid of a worm. I just want to make sure.
Akal would look over to Victoria and reassure her that a CH shouldn't have a worm, but if if a sand trout was in here, there could be a small one, but it wouldn't be the size of you would have to worry about. But there could be.
Seitches are built into bedrock.
Yeah. So.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I know that as a player, but my character doesn't, and she would definitely, after this all, be very afraid of running into a worm.
Expanding you guys' light by a little bit here too. Make it
I'm
a
gonna
little.
give Kevin Bacon. I mean, Keefin Bacon.
Keep it.
A good pat on the shoulder is that, thanks for coming all this way, bud. I really appreciate it. Is it cool at the rate we're going?
Yeah, this is great. This is fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
great. The
I'm
rate is
just
fine. Well, the rate of your moving of tokens is fine because that's what you're at.
yes, yes. Yeah.
There's
I
also
know we're probably extending the time.
well, we've got 9 more minutes unless we choose to extend it. So here in a few minutes, I was gonna, probably break off the session.
I'll
our-
gesture for.
There's a hold on, the room description, and I want you guys to, and we definitely will break off here because I intentionally want to slow things down after this and make sure that we're gathering plenty of information about the Seitch as you're here. So anyway, there's a rise in the floor here. Okay, as you come around the corner, there's another symbol.
Gotcha.
We can perform that symbol and maybe one other thing, and then I'll break the session into just chit chat.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless you,
works.
yeah, I think that's the smartest idea. I cringe in relation to the ball because okay, no. Okay, Higgy, I know what this symbol is. Is that okay?
Yeah, take it.
Yeah, I've got this symbol. Do your checks to interpret this symbol as you like, or tell me who's the checker of it.
Should be. I can assist.
If you
Because
want,
Akal has like the practical knowledge.
I mean, all the symbols should be the same as from Seitch to Seitch. So, I mean, I don't want to be making all the rolls. So, Sai, would you, or Tarek?
that sounds good. Any Fremen will be able to do it with, and then I'm acknowledging that Victoria's been studying the Fremen language, so I'm just giving her one higher difficulty. Another
That's fair.
word for that is, it's like whatever DC it is, and I'm applying the trait Fremen to help those that are Fremen. Okay, DC2 check for Sai will work.
Okay.
And then there will be a way to get you'll start noticing that it's quite nuanced and has more information contained within. But DC2 check for Sai, I'll give the basics of it.
We're doing understand.
I'm gonna keep watch while they are doing this.
Understand.
Okay, good idea.
With Keith and Bacon.
Would that be duty or faith?
I would say faith, just because the Fremen religion is really based upon the language, or vice versa.
Cancel. And faith. Why didn't it wouldn't let me pick it? It won't let, oh, there it goes. Dice 2?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Focus. Survival? Desert? No?
I don't
Focus?
that necessarily.
To survival desert.
doesn't.
Yeah, I'll let that apply. Survival
Okay.
desert. It's a bit of a stretch in this
It
case,
does,
but it has a loose connection.
Okay.
It has a connection, so it's enough. Haha.
Nope.
Yes, you're very confused by this symbol and you don't know it as well. It is clearly written in the language of Akal Haram's CH, not the traditional code calligraphy of your CH.
And that's a complication.
Yeah, that's a complication.
And the
Because I don't have
complication.
any.
Okay, let me issue the complication. Give me a moment. I know what it is. I just got to think of how it's stated. And whether I should whisper it to Sai individually only. Oh, yes.
What is it?
I really hope it's not like the thing is all scuffed up and it's not legible.
It's not that. It is.
Oh, thank God.
So what's a complication?
Essentially, when you get a crit 20, so that is like critical fail, you get a complication, which is going to make something harder for you. It can, in battle, it could be an injury. In this case, it's maybe something mental. The GM will have to explain. But basically, you get some sort of impairment, which is usually temporary because of something that happened here.
It's like rolling a natural 1 in
Like
D&D. It's
nat
just,
one.
yeah, exactly. And it's like
They always
rolling a
roll good or
critical
bad.
success. You know, it's something really good or something really bad.
Awesome. Bring it.
Okay, I've sent it to you, Sai, in Whisper in Roll20. The last part of it in quote marks is what you have to add to your character sheet, but read it to see what it means.
Oh, I have to add this to it, my sheet?
Yeah, you'll just add the words suspects the person I just said you suspect, the family, the house. I don't want to say it out loud.
And they can't see it on my sheet?
Oh, yes, they will be able to see it on your sheet, but they're instructed to separate player knowledge from character knowledge.
And I just edit the first one?
Yeah, do it in a common, the personality traits. Or is that what it's called, guys? On the character sheet, the top right field.
Actually, my character sheet is not up because we moved scenes.
Okay.
You would just add it under the complications section.
No. I'm instructing not to use that.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to edit it under personality traits in a comma delimited format. Don't use a hard return. It messes up the macro. So, okay, Sai, where yours says spontaneous, comma flexible, comma da da da, at the end, add those two words that I gave you.
Where it says what?
Okay. Sai, open up your character sheet and go to the character sheet tab.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay, personality traits, the box near the top right.
Oh, yes.
Yes, at the end of that, after the word more concerned, that you got there.
Yeah.
Here, I'm just gonna type it for you so you'll see. Just watch, you'll see my typing, I think, live.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Hold on, let me go. I gotta make sure I go down to the. Oh, sorry, I didn't even describe that well. You'll see in a second.
I just found out in Roll20 if you double tap the top portion of like your character sheet where it says like your name, it like fades away onto the.
Alright. Good.
Let me see if Sai understands what the complication is. I'm trying not to say it out loud to everybody, but I would like confirmation.
Yes.
You get it.
Yes.
Okay, so that will play when you go there on this weekend.
Okay.
You mentioned you might go there, but you are already reticent to go there. Well, this adds into your outlook as you're getting ready to go there. That's what you found out. That's your personal interpretation of this symbol. You read the symbol, and that's what it said, in your opinion.
Okay.
Okay. Victoria, do you want to read it, or what happened after that? Sorry, I've been busy resolving Sai's roll for a few minutes here.
Ethan.
Well, I rolled because you
And
said I should roll, but I failed. I
you
didn't
failed
get
also.
successes.
You
But I
found
didn't get a complication. I just don't understand what it is. I haven't seen it before.
that's fine. Can you pay me the deficit in threat?
Yeah, that's sure.
Thank you.
There
Then
we go.
Tarek rolled, and Tarek also does not understand. He used his faith. He still didn't understand.
We just don't
Tarek,
understand.
why does your focus say you're trained to? Oh, I get it. Wait, why does focus you're trained to a basic level?
It's just there's this.
Because I don't have a 6 in it. I don't have any focuses in it,
Mm.
so I'm just trained to a basic level because it's not a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
but I
Four
still
is
thought
you
it
lack training or knowledge in this field, and 5 is you're trained to a basic level.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I thought it disappeared that field if you didn't use focus.
I don't know. I guess
don't think
not.
that's very important right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. I get to control the pace of the game and whether people are using the system in the right manner. That's part of GMing for me. So I'm not in a rush to get
Focus would
anywhere.
have been survival.
I'm not in a rush, Zeno.
You said the focus would have been survival on that for.
I am concerned
for
about whether
Saipan.
people do the roll
Now
correctly.
I understand what happened. Okay, I understand what happened. You said Sai can use survival, and because Tariq also has survival,
Yeah, I use the
Tariq
same thing.
clicked that he is using a focus, but because the survival focus is not on this skill,
Gotcha.
Yeah, it
It
doesn't
just
come up.
listed this text.
Gotcha. So you guys have to understand that for me to resolve your roll's success or not, I need to know if you're using survival. So in order to interpret your
Of
outcome, I
course.
need to know you're
That makes
trying
sense.
to
So
survive
he
by doing
was using a survival
it. Yeah.
here.
Okay, that's fine.
Failed. And I banked
You
your
failed.
momentum.
So did you pay me momentum for Tarek's
I
roll
did.
also?
I did. Yes,
Okay.
I bought you 2 for me and 1 for Tarek.
Thank you. It
Because
seems nobody knows what this symbol means. Does anybody else want to try before we're done with the session? Has everybody tried?
No,
Carl
I
hasn't
mean, I
tried.
haven't tried it. I guess I'll come back from, watching keeping back. I'll be like, so, what's the good word?
Surgeon Pork.
All right, I guess I'm not gonna get too much of an answer. So I will look down and
Good
see
answer.
what this
That was
thing
an
says. Like I'm just getting the silent treatment. Like everyone looks away when I look at them to answer me. So
Sorry, I was distracted by some other things on the chat, but yeah, I will point out some details about it. I will say that I don't understand. I haven't seen this word, but that there is this kind of linguistic characteristic here. It's some strange dialect. I will ask Akal to see because maybe it's like dialect of his Seitch. That's what I will point out to him.
gotcha. All right. Yeah, I'll roll because I'd like to know some information going on. So
I'd like to put together all the insights from our failed attempts. We probably got maybe some ideas, and I would like to combine this to an ancestral to Akal.
Okay. All right. I
Thank
was
you.
gonna. Well, assists need to be declared earlier before he does his roll.
Okay.
And then
He
the
didn't
person
do
who's
his roll yet.
the person who's assisting would then make a roll to see if their assist is successful or not. And because
He
it's
hasn't made
after
the roll yet.
and because it's after the end of the session time, I'm not gonna call for another roll on that yet. Since everybody in the party just did a roll on this symbol and everybody failed.
I haven't rolled on
I
it yet.
Hasn't made a roll on it.
Listen, please listen to the end of my
Okay,
answer.
sorry.
Please. A call can make the same check with the DC too. However, I also agree with Zeno that each of you got a little bit of information on each point, and I would have given Zeno a little bit of information on her roll, even though she failed. I'm going to give her a little bit of information in a whisper. It just all kind of went too fast there when three people. I was trying to resolve Sai's roll, and then there was already Zeno's roll. And I guess you used linguistics. We never talked about that one. You use communicate, truth, and linguistics.
Yes.
And did you have a drive statement? Like we've got to go on the rolls. Like I want you to roll it, but can we go back through that roll, please?
Yes, of course. Sorry, I just rolled because you prompted me to roll, but my drive statement is
I know. My
ours
brain is
is
mush.
the memory through generations, and we must preserve it. I'm trying to gather some memories which I can preserve to next generations when I become a reverend mother.
Whisper you information. Misspelled it. Okay. There's your tidbit of information that you can combine with everybody else's. Now you cannot do an assist roll, but a call can make a flat roll and see if he figures it out. I mean, he can make a roll versus a DC2 check, and then when he's done, you can Zeno and everybody else, you can combine all the information that you figured out and share it, talking back on the Discord and text again, since it will be the end of the session for tonight.
Okay.
Zeno, did you get your secret information?
Yeah, I'm writing back to you.
Okay. All right. Feel free. No problem. But okay, sure, go ahead. But it won't impact Rico's roll because Akal needs to do his own interpretation of this symbol. Now I'm ready to take his roll, please.
Okay.
I'm going to broaden it for you. You can use understand or communicate or discipline. You can choose.
Yeah, I'll use discipline.
Okay.
Just because definitely would have to discipline myself to remember the secret codes of my siege. Yeah, I would say it's a part of my faith, my religion, just the way of life.
Because
you-
it's end of the session, I think you should use that momentum.
Yeah,
I think you
was
should.
gonna say. So, it won't save till the next session. So I'll roll. Use 2, so I'm using 3 momentum because I'll roll 2 more dice. And if it does save, I guess it banks, but I'm not sure about that. What the heck? How come I can't enter a 2 here? That was weird.
It was doing funky stuff on me today too.
Okay.
Like it wouldn't let me choose faith.
And I honestly don't have any focuses that would. I just have short blades, evasive action, self control, body control, worm rider, and danger sense. No focuses. 3. So DC of 2. So we bank 1. So
Bank 1. Okay. And I'll give you your information
and
in whisper in here. So, and then I will. I'll say verbally right now before I give him the information, just so we can start wrapping up the goodbyes and everything. Thank you all for playing. We're coming to the end of the session. Now I'm going to
Thank
take a
you
moment and type this to Rick.
for hosting. It's been enjoyable. It's
we all rode a worm.
we are rode a worm. Yes,
You survived the worm.
I did. I almost died. I rolled 0 successes on my test, but like Aka gave me a hand.
Your first time riding a worm was almost like mine.
Mm.
This is awesome. Thanks for putting it together.
I'm interested to see how this progresses.
Me too.
Oh, there's the cool music.
Thank you so much, guys, for playing this. I really, really appreciate it. You guys gave me a lot of inspiration to continue writing this.
Awesome.
Yes. Thank you for writing it. It's really big help for us to get these like homebrews adventures because
I feel like there's not enough in the core rulebook and Dust and Sand for
we will
server like the one we have due to the size of it. So
yes, and like whatever, even if we were a single group of players, we would like just blow through those adventures really quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like the GMs would also kind of get sick of running the same game over and over and over again.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Thank you, Gold, for sending that. I'm reading it right now.